another video here. This is an investigation of Mughal Empire. Now this Mughal Empire is a very funny thing because it's supposed to be early modern empire in South Asia, right? Stretching from Afghanistan to northwest of Kashmir. So basically taking in all that region, Pakistan, India, and all that. Hindustan, Dominion of Hindustan, Mughal. And there's a few things in this which are very correspondent with the religious stuff. For example, you've got the Mughal, right? So you've got Allah as the God, right? Remember, in the Muslim, in the Akbar, Allah Akbar. And what Akbar is the son of the first one, who was called Babur, right? Babur, founded by Babur, right? So basically you have Babylon, like Babylon, Allah, Akbar and all this. And now this Mughals empire was supposed to have stopped in 1707. It was apparently going on in the mid 18th century, right? Now, if you think of them dates, right, wasn't this supposed to be the time when the British Empire was going on? Right? And so apparently the Mughal Empire was going on at the same time as the British Empire. Right? 1700s. Right? So the British East India Company coming in after that, right? And basically I would say that the Mughal Empire basically transferred itself into the British East India Company, right? So basically, obviously what they're saying is that Britain invaded India and established colonial rule, which, from a perspective of a normal British person, right, that just don't even make any sense to me. Right? Obviously the poshest type of thing, the rich, royal people and aristocratic people, right, they're basically telling you this stuff, and they want you to believe that this happened because that in turn means that the British people owe something to the Indian peoples and the peoples from this region, and therefore must sort of like accommodate them in their lands, right? Which, if you think about the landmass of India and all that region, it's freaking ridiculous. It's only about the tiniest island, right? Britain, right? And the massivest, continent going and all that, with billions of people. And and all one flock into this little island. Yeah. So it seems to me as if it's a reverse type idea, where they want to come in and colonise and rob this land, right? Not the other way around. That's my thinking on it. And this stuff tends to back it up. Like I say, you've got Allah Akbar, Mughal and Akbar, Babylon and everything like this. And the end of this was apparently in 1707. And then, of course, this Freemason was supposed to start 1717. So basically 10 years to sort of organise groups in order to take over the European world. That's the way I would say it. And then another thing of Scotland and England supposedly became united in 1707. At the same time as the Mughal Empire stops. Your Scotland and England idea comes into bearing. And as we know, the Scots is the dark. Scots is the dark, right? So basically I would say this was when the Indians came into Britain, right? With this new plan to take over Britain, using the royal family. And they're basically an aristocratic network. So you have Indians in 18th century Britain, seamen, servants and settlers. British East India Company played a crucial role in migration. Dean Mohammed introduced shampoo baths to Europe. So a lot of there is a lot of Indian influence at this time. Very subtle Indian influence coming into this time. As you know, the Gallipoli, Turkey region, like Anatolia, right, is basically again is in this Mughal region. And basically that's where you get these gaudy priests who form the cult of the goddess. I know what the football pictures do here, right? It shouldn't be there. Magna Mater in Rome. Again, read the Rome, become like Roman gypsies, which are basically again from this region, Indian region, right? Roman. So basically, is this all the same people? What it's talking about. These Gauls, Gaulia, Mughals. The worship is incorporated into state religious practices, as it's been done in basically Britain, Europe and the Western world, right? Through this Freemasonry. Of course, as we know, the two-bar cane. The two-bar cane idea directly relating to this galley priest thing. And then you see the Gauli, or Gauls. Famously, of course, you had Asterix the Gaul, who used to take a special potion to make himself strong enough. And it translates over to the Gauls. But against that they were European stuff. And that they would rule them again. Gallic wars against the Roman Empire. Gaul power ability. With the secret Prussian magic. Again, he had the wings on his hat. Obviously, when they drink that, it gives them the wings. They get a fix of the Prussian. It's basically referring to the special transgender Prussian. Again, to totally cement that. Look what he carries along with him. One of the sides, sickles, which again is an Islamic idea in the rules as well. He carries one of the sides and sickles to castration tool. So what they've done is castrate them and then give them the Prussian, just like the Gauli Anatolic priests. Or more of it. See, the Jews were not witch doctors. Doctor. Like Doctor Who, it's a bit like Doctor Who, it's a druidic type of thing. Now I run in priestly class again, the priestly class. Of course, the Hermes or Mercury become a symbol of medicine with the same hat as Asterix, the wings, because they deal with the transgender medicine. Basically, the Roman people, right? I think it's where you get the Church of Rome, because again, they Europeanized it by basing the Catholic Church in Rome, right? And basically, when you have all these Catholic schools, they're full of Indians. You get Catholic schools, and basically the most people in these Catholic schools is Indians, right? Which is that's factual, right? I think the Church of Rome is basically a deal with this. Again, it's about migrating from the eastern lands into the western lands. And again, they're hitting the type of thing, the Roman Empire. It's based on the Exodus type of thing, Of course, the wheel, just like the India thing. Again, these are being the same stuff. This transgender culture, what they've got. See, the cat Holocaust. Cat Holocaust means universal. Holocaust. Universal, which basically just means like multiculturalism. See? Multiculturalism, basically. Church of multiculturalism. And basically you have HAL 9000, which is just basically the 6 upside down. Heuristically programmed algorithm computer. Right? That could be historically programmed, right? So basically they're using history to program people's brains, right, with a certain agenda, what they want people to believe. And this is this whole thing being that story is basically taking monkeys and intelligentizing monkeys type of thing. It's taking monkeys obviously at the start of the film, remember that. It's taking monkeys and evolving type of thing. The slave trade was an integral part of this Mughal empire, right? Of course, this gets blamed upon the British type idea. I think basically the Indians took all the slaves and created this oceanic slave trade. Think of all the fictions of me blaming the British ones and all that, like Spielberg movies and all that. And, again, you've got the tea. You've got the tea references in this thing. You've got the teapot and you've got the mug of tea. And to turn it around and say the Mughals are the non-magical people, right? This to me could be the Western people, the profane people. And you've got Hare Krishna, So you've got like an Indian type of coding within this. Like the sort of the native European peoples, or the Mughals type of thing, which is the reverse of from the Mughals. Non-magical. See, the one who takes away, like an Indian takeaway. What could be taken away a lot more than food. Taking away the parts. This again, see, the castration tool, basically. Is this basically symbol of the scythe? I would say it isn't. And they're looking at the side bell one again. That again. That's the castration scythe. And that looks like obviously the bars. See? Two-bar cane, they call them the Freemason. Lions.